Terminology in the Integral Yoga. Evolution. Sri Aurobindo. Evolution is nothing but the progressive unfolding of spirit out of the density of material consciousness, and the gradual self-revelation of God out of this apparent animal being, the hour of God. All evolution is, in essence, a heightening of the force of consciousness in the manifest being, so that it may be raised into the greater intensity of what is still unmanifest, from matter into life, from life into mind, from the mind into the spirit, the life divine. One being and consciousness is involved here in matter. Evolution is the method by which it liberates itself. Consciousness appears in what seems to be inconscient, and once having appeared, is self-impelled to grow higher and higher, and at the same time to enlarge and develop towards a greater and greater perfection. Life is the first step of this release of consciousness. Mind is the second. But the evolution does not finish with mind. It awaits a release into something greater, a consciousness which is spiritual and supramental. The next step of the evolution must be towards the development of supermind and spirit as the dominant power in the conscious being. For only then will the involved divinity in things release itself entirely, and it become possible for life to manifest perfection on himself. Evolution is the one eternal dynamic law and hidden process of the earth nature. Essays, Divine and Human. We speak of the evolution of life in matter, the evolution of mind in matter. But evolution is a word which merely states the phenomenon without explaining it, for there seems to be no reason why life should evolve out of material elements, or mind out of living form, unless we accept the Vedantic solution that life is already involved in matter, and mind in life, because, in essence, matter is a form of veiled life, life a form of veiled consciousness, the life divine. For if evolution is the progressive manifestation by nature of that which slept or worked in her, involved, it is also the overt realization of that which she secretly is. We cannot, then, bid her the right to condemn with the religionist as perverse and presumptuous, or with the rationalist as a disease or hallucination, any intention she may evince, or effort she may make to go beyond. If it be true that spirit is involved in matter, and apparent nature is secret God, then the manifestation of the divine in himself and the realization of God within and without are the highest and most legitimate aim possible to man upon earth, the life divine. Evolution is an inverse action of the involution. What is an ultimate and last derivation in the involution is the first to appear in the evolution. What was original and primal in the involution is in the evolution the last and supreme emergence, the life divine. Evolution, as we see it in this world, is a slow and difficult process, and indeed needs usually ages to reach abiding results. But this is because it is in its nature an emergence from inconscient beginnings, a start from nescience, and a working in the ignorance of natural beings by what seems to be an unconscious force. There can be, on the contrary, an evolution in the light, and no longer in the darkness, in which the evolving being is a conscious participant and cooperator, and this is precisely what must take place here. Essays in Philosophy and Yoga. All evolution is the progressive self-revelation of the one to himself, in the terms of the many, out of the inconscience through the ignorance towards self-conscient perfection. Essays Divine and Human. The cycles of evolution tend always upward, but they are cycles and do not ascend in a straight line. The process, therefore, gives the impression of a series of ascents and descents. But what is essential in the gains of evolution is kept, or, even if eclipsed for a time, re-emerges in new forms suitable to the new ages. Along with the mental evolution of man, there has been, going forward, the early process of another evolution, which prepares the spiritual and supramental being. This has had two lines: one, the discovery of the occult forces secret in nature, and of the hidden planes and worlds concealed from us by the world of matter, and the other, the discovery of man's soul and spiritual self.